Oh, that cold chill also describes the feeling in one area of South Korea right at the border with North Korea.
And in fact, our own Rene Knott, he got the rare opportunity to visit what's called the DMZ, also known as the Demilitarized Zone, later today. Rene, we heard some of that interview from earlier. That's some really frightening stuff that you experienced.
It's a very intense situation, guys. There's no other way to put it than that. That while you're standing there, at times you're just looking around going, I hope no one decides that today's the day they want to try to attack South Korea. It was that intense out there. But the day actually began kind of peaceful. Let me show you this park that we stopped in just a few miles from the DMZ. There we saw ribbons, we saw flags, and we saw a lot of things commemorating the end of the Korean War. But then after that, we took the drive through barricade after barricade after barricade and checkpoints into the DMZ. Now, inside the DMZ, we were just a few yards away from North Korea. We stood there face to face with North Korean soldiers looking right at them as they looked right back at us. Like I said, a very intense situation. So intense that we were told that at all times we had 3 rifles trained on us and that the North Korean soldiers could actually hear everything that we were saying while we were there shooting pictures of them looking back at us. And then we looked out across into North Korea where we saw Propaganda City, where 24 hours a day they pipe in propaganda about why North Korea is so much better than South Korea. This music is so loud it travels more than 5 kilometers to the people of South Korea, blasting in their ears. Our security guy who took us around was a great guy, told us a lot of things about the history of the area and also why this area is so volatile.
It's definitely interesting. Our day-to-day mission is definitely changing. However, we always keep a high readiness and we're always ready for anything that happens here. I think that anything could happen at any time at this point, sir. Our motto is in front of them all, and with that being said, we are the most forwardly deployed unit on the Korean Peninsula, and we take that motto very seriously here. Our readiness, like I said, is 100% all the time, and we're ready to go for anything that really does happen up here.
Yeah, they are always at the ready in this situation because, as he said, things could happen at practically any time. And get this, as we head into these 2018 Winter Games here in Pyeongchang, the North Koreans are actually sending a delegation to compete alongside their counterparts from South Korea here in the Winter Olympics. A lot of people feel like this is nothing more than just propaganda. In fact, the South Korean hockey team is not happy about it. They feel that the North Koreans will actually bring down their chances to do well in these games. We'll have more on the DMZ coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, I'm Rene Knott live in Pyeongchang. Back to you in those nice, warm studios.
Yeah, well, I'm just happy that you're back at Olympic Village and out of the DMZ. That is frightening, Rene.
Well, I'll tell you something. I just got here about 45 minutes ago because it took that long to get back. We got a little lost along the way. But trust me, as we walked out of there, we were a bit shaken up knowing that we were basically being eyed the entire time and that anything can happen. In fact, they told us not to eyeball the soldiers on the other side, not to make gestures to them, and not to point and not to stare at them for very long. So, yeah, it was very intense, Allie.
Wow. Well, happy you're back in Olympic Village.
Stay
but
safe,
we
my
appreciate you bringing us that inside access.
Seriously.
That is frightening stuff. All right, Rene, we'll see you in just a bit. Let's get a check on